What up? It's been a while, but I'm back. Just answering some questions, hanging out. I got about, I don't know, an hour. I'm gonna go lift some weights. Come back, make another video. Hope you guys are doing swell. I am doing swell indeed. You guys are having a good Saturday. Me and my dogs just hanging out. Man, it feels weird to be back, but it feels good. Good. What's up, Daniel? How's your Saturday, man? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Gabe, what's up, dude? Duke, what up, dude? Lima, how you been? I thought you died. Josh, what's up, dude? Alright. Disappear for a week. Why the break? It's more of an experiment. That's what I'm going to make a video about. That wasn't necessarily like a break in the typical sense. It was more like there's a bunch of stuff. Mr. Or is it MR? I know this girl who's 20 that became a dancer. Is this a bad move? Is that a pun intended? If she's a dancer, it sounds like she got moves. How's my dad? He's good. He's watching my dogs. Trevor, what's up, man? Good to see a notification. Good to be here, man. Is there shame in being a 9-to-5er? I don't know who would say that. Sometimes a job's a job, man. Greg, what's up, dude? How's class? How's class going, man? Your videos give some good insight. Josh, the name looks familiar, but I can't place it. My morning commute has been lost. Zuby, I'm back, dude. I am back. It's going. Gleb, what's up, man? Good morning. Lewis, how's it going, dude? What up, Tamor? What's up, dude? Discovered his videos and pressed the bell immediately. Well, I appreciate that. Only 10% of the people on this channel have pressed the bell, actually. Yeah, if you would do me a solid, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Does missing a week significantly impact your revenue? That's quite a personal question, but I will let you know exactly. I've lost about $1,000 in ad revenue. I went from $7,700 a month down to $6,700 as of this morning, actually. I think. Let me look. 67. Yep. It's not bad. I mean, that's what happens when you disappear and don't do any live streams or anything. YouTube throws you out of the algorithm. That's how it goes. I looked at my channel and I'm like 300 views in the past 60 minutes. Really bad. It'll be back though. YouTube used to be that passive income life, but it's not. Live streams help your revenue. They do okay. That's not why I do them. Oh, Gleb, welcome aboard, dude. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining. Oh, Zuby, welcome aboard. Thank you, thank you. What's the live about? There's not, man. We're just chilling. I'm back. We're just here. Maybe we should call some scammers. No, I've been having a lot of, well, I've had a lot of different ideas for things I'd like to make since I've been gone. You drink whiskey? I don't drink. Not really. I had one Mike's Lemonade in the last week. That was it. Barely finished it. But maybe like once a year, twice a year. Let me look. YouTube math changed all the time. You're right, dude. I was wondering where you went. You mentioned getting removed from the Git repo, and it makes me incredibly envious because they won't let us have Git. Yeah, dude. I know that most of my jobs use Git, but one of them used TFS, which was nuts. Have you thought about getting a drone license? So that's a Canadian thing, dude. In the United States, you just fly your drone. Just, register with the FAA and fly your drone. Us members trying to compensate for lost revenue. It is much appreciated. I appreciate that. Did you come to Korea, my dude? Sure. Chris Gray, glad you're back. Hey, thanks. I want to work remotely doing motion graphics. Is that lucrative pay? I mean, pay always comes down to what you can convince the employer to pay you in the interview, right? Thought you were dead. Dude, that's like a bunch of people message me. They're like, what no vid, dude? You dead? I'm like, nah, man, I'm just chilling. Missed my birthday, could have had one for me. Oh, I don't know if I could do two, dude. What's your opinion on Lambda School's current situation? It's fine. People just get triggered over stuff. I would still go there. Still good school. Still good leadership. Still good teachers. What are your thoughts on certifications? Oh man, some certifications are okay, but web dev certificates, like, man, like a nano degree or whatever, like it doesn't mean anything, because there's no accreditation. I thought in the USA you needed a license as of 2-3 months ago. I mean, maybe in certain areas. That's like a Canadian thing as of 2 or 3 months ago. I don't really know the Lambda current situation, to be honest. Coding journey, what's up, man? I'm currently a student and it's awesome. It is awesome. What's your local time? It's 9:26 a.m. Fluke loops. Dude, I have to unhide this comment because I love that name. Once you go 3 screens, you can't go back, dude. It gets exponential from there. You get 6 screens, right? Then you get 36 screens. Thanks for the awesome content. Mike, thanks, dude. Did you study electrical engineering? I have a degree in mechanical engineering. Gotta turn on my Twitch stream, but you're the man. Chris, you're the man, dude. Thanks for hanging out. 10:15. Well, good evening, sir. Have a nice evening. Can I ask you some opinion about personal life? Yeah, but you'd just be getting my opinion in return. Did you work at a fab with the bunny suit? I sure did. Can you talk about that in your next video? I don't really want to get sued. I don't know what I was allowed to talk about and what I wasn't. All I know is that there were no windows, and when you work a 13-hour shift, you go in when it's dark, and you go home when it's dark. And that got old real quick. Oh, the Business Insider article about Lambda. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Whatever. People just, like, you guys gotta understand, in media, drama sells. Negative press sells, dude. People buy copies. People will read that if it's negative, and then they'll get more money. So it's like, that's what, that's how it goes. You can't even read the article unless you buy their service. Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. Why didn't you study CS from the start? Well, I don't think that you need a degree in CS to be a web developer, which is what I did. I like your eye color. I don't know what, what's the longest shift at work you've ever had? I don't know, it's like 16 hours or something. What's your advice for a student researching programs? Got accepted into vet tech. Oh man, I have no idea. I don't know what that is. Ever want to go to a FANG job? No, I don't want a job, dude. I like being an entrepreneur. I like that entrepreneur lifestyle where you just have to figure out how to provide for yourself. That's more fun. That's more fun for me. What's the meaning of life? To live a meaningful life, my dude. What's your pro wrestling name? I don't know. What would it be? What do you think about creating YouTube videos that can be 100% listened to? Yeah, I think I think that's what all your videos can be anyways. Like, it doesn't matter. Craig. Thanks, dude. Somebody $5 him so he draws Winnie the Pooh. Are employers supposed to pay you for your overtime? If you're salary, you don't get paid overtime. Some companies do, but like 1 in 1,000 maybe. Do you think you're living a meaningful life? Yeah, I think I'm doing things that I enjoy. It provides for me and my dad and my dogs, and I get to have an impact on the community. So that's 3 things right there. Would you pursue this lifestyle if you had kids? Of course I would. But I don't want kids. I got 2 dogs. They're like children. Is it better for freelancers, for beginners, or get the job? I mean, do both, dude. Do both, man. Like, freelance is one job, and like, you should say contract, because that's what freelancing is, basically. But freelancing is more of like, the job didn't exist and you made it happen. What algorithm book do you recommend? I don't get cracking. Isn't that like an actual... It's an actual program? How do you balance work and relax so you don't burn out? I don't know, the whole work-life balance doesn't... It's different, man. It's not like I have a job. Like, I can work whenever, I can make money whenever, and I can go on vacation whenever. So it's hard to balance sometimes. So I think I need to just, like, have more days off. Fluke reactor. Yeah, that could be good. Can you be an entrepreneur as a web dev? Of course you could. Where's my mom? She's taking care of her dad in Georgia. Still working in tech besides your channel? No, I mean, I'm not passionate about web dev, but if we're in the interview, I'll tell you that I am, you know? Like, I like making videos, man. I like hanging out with you guys. I like, you know, I feel like I did my time, you know? Like, I did my 4 years of dev, and I'm good, you know? Everything that I learned in there still carries on, you know? Like, and I don't talk about, like, the new React implementations or updates, so it doesn't matter. And I, like, you know... Code Platoon, what's that? Adalbert, is that how I say it? How to start as a freelancer in a small town where you can't go to people and offer a website. Yeah, so that's just like, you just Google places, man, and call them up. Lab 4, what's that? I've aged 10 years, dude. Vanessa Lopez, how are you, man? That pink water is protein in the water. This is... Well, I'm going to go to the gym after this. So this is pre-workout, which is why there's so little. Is it possible to get a job with 1 to 3 languages? Feels like employers want you to know 10 languages. You have to understand, every time you look at a job application online, it's a wish list. It's a wish list, not like actual requirements. Even the degree, and it says required, it's a wish list item. Where you been? I went to Long Beach, Washington, and just, you know, drove through Oregon, went to Idaho. I booked a hotel on the border of Idaho and Oregon, and then Snoop Dogg was there for a new 420 dispensary opening, randomly, free concert. It was hilarious, can't make that up. And I kept going to Washington and drove around on the beach, and it was good. Did you have a meltdown? Nah, man. I filmed and stuff. Did you drive the Jeep or the bike? I drove the Jeep. And now I gotta, like... It was like 1,000 miles or something. Yesterday it was a 14.5 hour drive. Maurice. College course advanced C++, kicking my butt. Oof. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, all the shots that you saw on my Instagram, if you're following me, they were with my phone. Everything I filmed was with my phone. It was kind of a challenge. Kanye was in Salt Lake City. No, I wasn't here. He was here on Sunday, but even if he was here, I wouldn't go watch him. Just because it'd be so crowded. It's a free show. It'd be so crowded. That's a long drive. Yeah, every single shot you saw. That was kind of the challenge. So for the next video, if you're here, it's a little bit of a preview. Hello Morty. What's up, Jasper? It was like a challenge to see if I could film everything on my phone, and like people wouldn't know, you know. Dude, Washington was super dope, but Long Beach was in the middle of nowhere. It was all old people. It was nice. It was nice, to be honest. I went to the gym and they didn't even have Wi-Fi, and I couldn't listen to music at the gym. Best way to learn code. I can code and understand stuff, but if someone asked me to make this, I can't. That's You're on the right track, Cassius. That's a dope name, by the way. Idaho is trash, bro. Like Washington was beautiful. Oregon was beautiful once you get past the Idaho part. Idaho is just straight trash, though. Idaho is nothing but potato farmers. Justine, what's up? Cassius, my recommendation would be to build things after you build the tutorial projects, you know? Josh doesn't like potato farmers. No, it's just like there was nothing, dude. There was nothing there. If you wanted to go get lost, Idaho's a place to go. You want to dye your hair? Nah, that's not healthy for your hair, man. Why does that shaker cup look like you need a PhD to operate? Well, so this side is broken here. You're supposed to put like your vitamins in here. I don't know if you can see it. This is broke. I bought a broken shaker and it wasn't paying attention. And over here, also got one. Did you see Yoma Tech is quitting YouTube? Big companies don't like when their employees have a second source of income. We all know this. I've said this many times, but like Facebook, they get in a lot of trouble with data stuff, right? So obviously people at Facebook don't want people to like talk about that stuff outside. And then there's that guy, right? That like, you know, ended his own life. They don't want people talking about that. Like big companies just get in a lot of trouble, right? It's not about the second source of income. I really doubt that they care if you have a second source of income. It's more about like a lot of PR stuff. I mean, they care. They care if you have a second source of income, probably. But you know, like, when you go into an interview, don't be like, I have a second job. You know? Is it weird he doesn't talk about the new company he's at? I mean, why would he want to do that? Link for the employee? Just Google it, dude. Or go watch Tech Lead's video. Why would you quit YouTube at 300k subs? All that work just to stop? Because he does YouTube as like a hobby. I'm sure he makes a nice little side income on it, but it's not like, I guess he likes that professional life, that career life, you know? I like creating content. That's what I like doing. Tech Lead got fired from Facebook for being a YouTuber. I don't know if it's about that. Like, you were never allowed to do it anyway, so the fact that he worked there to begin with was like, okay, how long is this gonna last? The companies don't want you really to... Companies don't really want you to have a second source of income because they think that you're just gonna side hustle on whatever your side hustle is, right? But you have to understand that's what the CEO at any company did. You know, almost every CEO at every company was like, yo, this is stupid. Why do I have to do this? I want to do my own thing. And then they go do their own thing. And then they make a bunch of rules about how everyone working for them can't do their own thing. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever like thought about. Found a junior front-end dev job that requires me to have knowledge of Ruby. How relevant is Ruby these days? I don't. You have like Ruby on Rails. That's about it. How long did you stay in Idaho? Like I didn't. I didn't even stay. I drove through. Would recommend not to stay. How do you go about negotiating raises, especially knowing that you made a huge impact? I mean, you got to go in with like a clipboard of notes of everything that you've done that has added money to the guys at the top pockets, because that's what it's about. That's what you've done. At the end of the day, you have provided more money and more value to the company, which has made the company more money and thus most likely the CEO more money. And you're asking for a little bit of that money. That's what a raise is, right? If you think you deserve a raise. Can I do cryptography? I can't. They want you to be 100% dependent on them. I mean, I don't know about that. I think that they just want you to be focused. I don't think that the companies think about the money in that malicious of a way. I think they just don't want you to have any distractions. Did you wait at least a year before leaving a workplace? No, I'm gonna leave whenever I can. I don't care about job gaps because I never have job gaps. Like if I'm unemployed for 2 years, on paper I'm not unemployed for 2 years. I don't like. What, are you gonna background check me? Great. But you know, that's me. That's because I care about me first. You know, it's all about me. It's your life. It should be the same for you, right? Company doesn't have to give you 2 weeks before they let you go, right? Unless you're in the EU. So why you got to give 2 weeks to the company? You know what I'm saying? Do you like Jacksepticeye's content? I don't really know what he does. Gaming videos on YouTube are not where it's at anymore. Most people care about what you can do for them now. Pretty much, yeah. It's all that. I mean, that's what it is. That's what the interview is. You go in and you're talking about how you can bring them money and why you're worth the investment if you don't know what you're doing yet. I don't have experience in machine learning. I took a course on Coursera, so I'm basically an expert. Ask me anything. I'm a CS graduate from London. I'm a creator here on YouTube with different content. That's all good, dude. Creators of all kinds. You watch the new South Park? I haven't. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I watch Netflix occasionally, but most of the time, yeah, I don't watch a whole. Like I like watching Kit Boga on Twitch. That was my new. That's like what I did almost every day when I was gone. Just watching some Kit Boga, editing a little bit. It was so good. I need to get his voice changer. I don't know how he does it. I just got burnt out after 2 months on the job. Is it really possible, or am I stuck at my job? Yeah, man, it's easy to get burnt out when you do something that you thought was going to be good, and then it turns out that it's not. That happened to me. Alexi, I can't read Russian, but what up, dude? Should I train myself to become very fast when I'm coding instead of adding a second? No, dude, it's not about speed. You don't have to code fast. You just have to communicate. You done any game dev? Yeah, I made a game. To be honest, machine learning isn't difficult. Well, we're not all as smart as you, Michael M. Can you please show us your ways? Please. Yeah, so good morning. What is the good business as a service? I mean, I can't give you a business to run. That's why master's degrees in business administration, whatever, are useless, because like it doesn't give you a business to run. It just gives you a little bit of knowledge Google has its own learn to code certification. Certifications are just like little dopamine rushes. They don't really do much. Like, they just make you feel good about yourself, but the employer doesn't care. The employer says, all right, can you, yeah, that's great and all. Like, you got certification, fantastic, but can you do this thing? Like, because that's what we're hiring you to do. Stefan, what's up, man? Can a jack of all trades survive in tech? Yeah, you'd probably move more towards management. Cringy coworkers. Dealing with cringy coworkers. I mean, you could get new coworkers. That's one option. You could fire them. I don't know. You could just wear soundproof headphones everywhere and say, please only communicate with me through Slack. Watch Dan Pena. He's the best if you want to make money with businesses. So his business strategy is to buy businesses that old people want to sell because they're going to die. That's his business strategy. You call people up or you email them and you buy a business that's already generating money, and then you go to the bank and you take out a loan, and then you get businesses from that. And then you get cash flow from that.
Need $5 worth of Herbert voice, please. Craig, I hope you're having a great Saturday. I appreciate you. I'm going to read a couple questions like Herbert. Y'all want some popsicles?
Josh, you are wrong about the degree. It is sometimes a requirement in a job. Yeah, I mean, so then I'm not wrong. It's sometimes a requirement. The degree only matters if the company thinks that it does. I personally don't think that it does. You can get, like, Google doesn't care if you have a degree. Apple doesn't care if you have a degree. Facebook doesn't care if you have a degree. What else? I think Amazon does, though. That's a great voice.
Gary McNeely, would you like a popsicle? I got a whole cellar full of popsicles.
It's the whistle. I'm blessed with a whistle. I went for an interview and they sent me home because I couldn't implement Q data structure. They sent you home? I mean, I don't know. They sound a little picky. Oh, what is a good backend as a service? Dude, I'm over here. Yeah, I have no idea. I would use PHP maybe. I don't know. I don't really know Node, but I'll put it on my resume because I like watched a video about it once. That's how I do things. Oh, you know Node? Oh yeah, I've messed with it a few times. Yeah, all right. Let's talk about it then. Oh, can you make this thing? Well, all right. Then I'll Google it and ask people for help and whatever. That's what I do. That's what I like. Whenever I have job interviews for like code tests and stuff, and I don't know how to do, I just ask for help because that's what you're gonna do at work. So everyone's like, "That's cheating." Is it? Is it really? That's what you're gonna do at work. What's your vocal range? Not well. My vocal range is from 9 years old to 15 years old because that's what I sound like. I called my accountants up and they were like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "I know I sound like I'm 14 and I promise I'm not your client's son calling, like, this is actually me." Oh, well, we didn't think that. I was just wondering. Yeah, I'm 29. Let's do prank calls. Need a voice changer. I can't, but thank you for the $1.99. The thing about self-taught is it's harder to gauge how good they'll be. I don't know. I think that depends on your interview method. So it's safe to say that a degree is put as a requirement to scare off people who don't have one. I don't know if it's to scare off. I think it's just a wish list item. You know? You do sound like Modern Warfare 2 players. Yeah, I know, bro. It's great. Is your middle monitor 27 inches? It sure is. It sure is. Is QA a good path, or will AI replace it soon? I don't know. Can't say. QA is pretty good. Someone's got to write the tests. Or, I don't know, if it's like manual QA, that's just using the website. PC specs. I have a couple monitors and a keyboard. All these people want to send messages on Instagram all of a sudden. What? Sweet. Have you watched The Joker? Yeah, I did watch The Joker, actually. It was It was so slow. Like, if the whole movie was like the part towards the end, it would have been good, but a lot of it was just like, ugh. Do you think it's better to send emails to the job you're applying for instead of going to Glassdoor? Yes. Actually, you should call. To be honest, you should call the company. Joker was epic. There were some parts that were good, but it was just really slow for me. But I still don't understand everyone, like the media, or I don't know. Every time you Google the Joker and you look at news, everyone's like, "This is a terrible movie because," I don't know. I didn't have any problems with it. It was just a little slow. Road trip was good, dude. Thanks, Ara. Thanks for asking. Finally got a dev job. Congratulations. Let me get you some congratulations claps, my man. Collapse? That's not how you do it. Come on, where's the... Why can't I... Alright, you can have a Keanu then. Kaiser, what's up, man? Good morning. Make many cold calls. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the cold calls. I think there's other ways to make money, but Dan does make a lot of money, that's for sure. M Beast. Dark Doctor. Do you think people in other countries will take over IT jobs? There's some jobs where you can't, like... Well, so there's a few things. There's language barriers, time zone differences, communication differences, security differences. There's that. Have you ever done live coding? Yeah, I've done live coding once, and it was like... Imagine being in a car, and the back seat has 3 seats. Except imagine there are 120 people in the backseat trying to tell you how to code. Does anyone actually listen to cold calls? Yeah, I don't listen to cold calls. Because I know what they want, right? They want my wallet. It's just very easy for me to... It's like... But I guess, you know, it's just a numbers game at the end of the day. How do you relax after working hard on something? I usually just hang out with my dogs. Play a game, maybe. Functional programming. No, I don't really have an opinion on it. Do you think the quality of education in colleges have dropped according to industries? No, I don't think college educations were like ever really... Maybe at one point, but now what you learn in college isn't what you do on the job at all. Gemini Man, good. If you look at Rotten Tomatoes, critics say that it's terrible, but the audience says that it's good. Cold calls. A guy called 2,000 times and made his first 50 million. Well, I mean, why are you here and not doing that then? Right? Sounds like that's what I would be doing if I knew that it worked. The industry buzzwords annoy you? I think they're funny. Can you tell me what kind of verticals this business needs? Like what? You still lift? Dude. All the time. I gotta lift, man. Gotta stay in shape. Gotta go on dates. Have you done the Odin project? I've done some of it. It's pretty good. They added JavaScript stuff.
Auto shutdown initiated.
Auto shutdown. Oh yeah, we gotta get music going. Why didn't somebody say something? Y'all just let me sit here in dead silence.
Canceled.
What's wrong with you? It's your deadlift PR? I don't know. Maybe like 300 or something? Are we talking about like hex bar, regular deadlift? This is it. No, not really. Not anymore. if I do, then it's always self-created. How do I deal with it? I mean, I don't really. It doesn't happen too often. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed because as an entrepreneur, you always have something to do, you know? Had music from a computer playing in the background, thought it was yours. Oh, Zuby, thanks. Did you watch It too? Oh, dude, that was a good movie. But like, all right, spoiler alert, mute your sound. All you had to do was call the Deadlights a little bitch, and then that's it. He dies. Be like, you're a little bitch ass clown. Then that's it. He shrinks down and you kill it. Like, really? That was it? That's all they had to do, just call it names the whole time? All right. Get serious here. Think Udemy courses are any good? It depends on how you learn and if you find the right teacher. Muhammad. There you go. Should I wear a suit to clients freelance? I don't think that you should have to go in a meeting like that. Like maybe to sign papers, but you could freelance totally remote. What's in the cup? This would be watermelon flavor. Additives. Alpha shredded X. It's the best way to learn programming. You like what? How do you learn? What do you want to learn? What do you want to make? It was pretty weak. Did I miss anything? Luke, what's up, dude? Good morning. This sounds like one of those songs that you would see in the morning when like somebody's getting ready really quick for their day and they're getting their coffee and their suit and stuff. Greg, good morning. IT scene in Vegas? I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe you could like code slot machines. I don't know. Do you train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Nah. Dude, if there was no YouTube, what would you be doing having left coding? Yeah, I would still make video content. There's always a market for video content. I would still make video content. I would maybe make games and sell them. I would sell stuff on Facebook or dropship. I don't know. There's a million things you can do to make money. Do you want to make money or do you want to have a job? There's a difference. A good riding weather. It's like 30 degrees outside. So if you bundle up, it could be good. How much do you get done in a day, Rocco? It depends on the day. It really depends. Dropshipping is great. Dropshipping is saturated. You're all selling the same products. Resume video helped me massively get noticed. Congrats, George. Congrats, dude. What do you think about AI? I don't know a whole lot about it. Amazon dropshipping. Could work. The whole issue is how are you going to get people to buy your product on Amazon? How are you going to get your product noticed on Amazon? What's the, you know? If you have a brand, then you can get people to buy your stuff. Otherwise, you have to pay a bunch of money to push it into people's social media feeds because that's where people are during the day. Hardest thing about YouTube? Making compelling stories. Making compelling content. You can personalize your product with dropshipping. That's called white labeling. That's different. Personal projects or hands-on work. They're both good, but real hands-on work is going to take precedence. Would you mind making tutorials? I taught code for about 2 years. Taught code one-on-one for like $40 an hour. Got a bunch of people jobs. and I'm done. And that's it. It's not, passion's not there. I know how to do it. I know what I'm doing. Help other people do it. I'm good. Private label so that it's unique and people think it's a real company. See, that just sounds like shady business. Like, it's legitimate technically on paper, but like, you're still selling a product that already exists, that's not yours, that you didn't come up with or solve. And I don't know. I guess if you really want the money, it's fine. Even Walmart thought it was a normal company. See, something about the way you're phrasing that just doesn't seem legitimate. 35K a year at a startup is good? No, that's garbage. That's terrible. Blake, that's a weird question. Sometimes I look at people that I went to high school with on Facebook, and I'm the only one that left Georgia. Should I list my projects instead of skills on my resume? Nah, bro, you need both, man. You gotta have skills. I used to work for 35K. 35K is nothing, dude. 35K is like $1,200 every 2 weeks, maybe. Like, depending on how you do your W-2. $1,200 every 2 weeks is garbage. If you're in the continental United States. Tips for marketing your YouTube channel? Well, you just want to put your content in front of people. So put it on Facebook groups or Reddit. 35K is a lot. See, that's the thing. It's like you gotta be, everyone here's like, that's so much money where I live, but see, that's not where we live. $5.
Hello from the Windy City, Josh.
What up, dude? Thank you for that. Are you still teaching one-on-one coding for beginners? No. No, I don't. I don't want to. How would you compare Finnish and USA salaries? Well, so Finland is basically socialist, right? So it has a lot of taxes, and yeah, you're not gonna make a lot of money. I don't ever want to work for less than I'm worth. So there's a problem with a job. You're never going to get what you're worth if you work a job. You're always going to settle. You're going to be like, well, yeah, that's fine. I'll take it, right? But like, of course you would want more money. You're never going to get what you're worth, if you work a job. You'll always settle. It'll always be a mental settle. You know, if you want what you're worth, it's your job to pay yourself that. Because then the proof is in the pudding, right? If you think you're worth something, prove it. Pay yourself that. Otherwise, you're settling. Then you'll find out what you're worth. Ever consider real estate? Yes. However, my business is not 2 years old yet. Why won't this close? Didn't Ireland try $500 a month for everyone for a year? I don't know. Ireland's a small country. It'd be different. I have a mechanical engineering degree. Notch proved it. Yes, he did. Sure did. How much would you say 35K is in Finland compared to the US? 35K in Finland is all after taxes, right? So like they handle all your taxes and stuff for you. You don't have to mess with that stuff. The Finnish people just send you the thing at the end of the year, right? It's in Finland. It's more expensive, but that's a decent amount of money, I guess, there. Your DX Racer pillow? It's not DX Racer, but thank you for thinking I have that kind of money where I just buy DX Racer chairs. I might get an E-Win chair. Y'all seen them E-Win chairs? I got an email this morning. They were like, we want to give you an E-Win chair. And I was like, dude, dope. WeWork owns Flatiron School. They do now. I think that's a new development. What do you think about TikTok? It's a good place for a brand right now. Instagram organic reach is down. Someone is back from their bender. No benders here, man. Still making that course on everything you know. Well, I stopped for a week, but yeah. I have the affiliate marketing portion done. Everything I know about that. I should probably just sell that individually. What smartphone are you using? This is a S10 Plus. How hard is it to make a successful game? So the problem is marketing. It always comes down to marketing. You can have a great product, great software, great service, but if no one can see it, then they can't buy it. Do you know anyone personally who has nomad coding jobs? Have you done it yourself? I had a remote job for about a year, a little over a year. Like fully remote, but I didn't go anywhere. Know anything about Low Wagon? Isn't that like a boot camp that's in like the UK? You doing games? You need something? Christian. I haven't really made any games lately. What are your other sources of income? Right, Blake. So I have affiliates, I have merch. YouTube ad revenue, right? My products on my website. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Probably my dogs, dude. They gotta go out, man. Someone's gotta let them out. Quality versus quantity in the beginning. Yeah, repetition probably in the beginning is best. I wrote a dummy bank account. Yeah, dude, that sounds good. I slowly started in UE4, but I'm more like you. Yeah, I did a little bit. I've been kind of like poking around off stream. What do you think of Lambda? Lambda, dude. Lambda is the best, okay? That's it. No more conversation. Sorry, Craig. Flatiron's okay, but you tried Lambda, didn't work. If you need something as a remote job or something, we can speak. Sounds good, dude. Thanks, man. I joined TikTok, got 1 million views on an art video. Yeah, TikTok's where it's at. Thoughts on Dev Mountain? Dev Mountain is effing garbage. That's what I think about it. And I went there, so I can say that. Dev Mountain has been bought and sold more times than the lady on the street corner, okay? They got bought by... If you're watching this, Dev Mountain, it's true though, you know it. For real. Dev Mountain was bought out by Capella Education, which is basically ITT, garbage, for profit. And then they got bought out by Strayer University, which is also for profit, garbage, ITT, DeVry, Everest University, garbage, right? It's like Phoenix University, garbage, right? They're fake. Like, no, that's what I think about it. So, Dev Mountain, you know it's true. Your garbage boot camp, it's facts. Would not endorse. That's bold. That's bold to do that. It's bold to just burn a bridge. But I don't want anything from them anyway, so it doesn't matter. How would you suggest making programming tutorials on YouTube entertaining? You gotta be relatable, so make like fun apps. Gotta make fun apps. What do you think of Harvard EDX? It's free, dude. Definitely do it. If it's free, do it. Everyone says it's good anyways. Did you hear Cal Poly SLO is doing their own bootcamp? I bet it's not their own bootcamp. I bet it's Trilogy Education. I must Google this now. Dude, this is Trilogy Education. It has to be. Oh, it's not their own bootcamp. It's actually in partnership with Full Stack Academy, okay? See, did you read the fine print here? Did you read the fine print? It's neither taught by Cal Poly faculty nor affiliated with Cal Poly's Department of Computer Science. All right, so this is just marketing again, you know? So it looks like $10 to $20 per hour, and I give you something to do, and you tell me what you want. You're gonna have to pay me a little bit more than 20 bucks an hour, man. I'm gonna need like 900 bucks an hour. Otherwise, I don't sell my hours because they're worth more than 900, and I think most people can't afford that anyway. So, good. Do you play video games? Bro, I've been playing that new Call of Duty. 900 per hour, yeah. That's how much. Not because I actually want the money, it's just to say that I don't want the money. Like, you can't buy my time. Like, me in my backyard with my dogs playing with the rope and doing whatever is way more valuable to me. It just means so much more to me than me having to be somewhere for an hour and do something for someone else. Therefore, if you'd like to stop me from doing that activity, that's how much it costs. Also, the problem with working hourly is that if you work really hard, you don't make any more money. You can work as hard as you want, right? So if you're working at a job and you can get everything done in 1 hour, you don't make any more money, man. You don't make any more money at all. Like, if you have to be at a job for 8 hours and you get it all done in 1 hour, guess what? You don't get paid for that. That doesn't matter. So what's to incentivize you to do that work? You're just going to work as slow as possible because that's how you get paid. So selling your time is just, it's not good. And for freelancing, selling your time hourly is also bad, because the person you're freelancing for is just going to think that you're working really slow to charge them more money. Right? So if you do a flat rate when you're freelancing and you say, hey, I'm going to do this project for 500 bucks, and I'll have it done in 2 weeks, and then so you get your 500 bucks up front, right? And then you get it done in a day. You just made $500 in a day. Nose breathing, I know. And now you have so you make $500 in a day, and then you get it done. And then if you're super slow and you get it done after 2 weeks, they don't have to pay you any more money, They don't have to give you any more dollars because that's on you. What about if you sell a packet of hours? If you use them all, it's not the client. Don't sell your hours, dude. Don't sell time. Do not sell time. Everyone in the stream, please listen. Do not sell your time if you have a choice. Always do merit-based. Because you have no incentive to work harder, because it won't matter. All you have to do to make the money is just be in a location and spend something that you can't get back. You cannot get your time back. And that you're selling something you can never get back for something that you can. Does that sound like a good trade? I don't know. We could go deep. For a lot of us, that's how it is. For a lot of us in life, Coding Dojo is the best bootcamp there is. I should ban you for that. For a lot of us, we don't have an option, right? We work our job. We work our hourly job. We work our salary. We do what we need to, and we go home. But you have no other way. You're not incentivized to work harder. If you work harder at a salary, maybe you get a raise. Chances are probably not. I'm a fax machine? I don't know. But people don't want to do that, right? People just want to pay you a flat rate and get the most out of you, which is why they pay hourly. What should I do to get self-started as a self-taught coder? I tried enlisting in the military, but I'm disqualified. 2 to being dumb. Dude, just go to free code camp, man. You have any favorite books? Yeah, it's unscripted. Unscripted, man. So become a contractor. Well, so here's the thing. Here's the other thing about being a contractor. I would never take a W-2, ever. I would never take a W-2, which is a salaried job, where you get paid a salary. I would always be a contract so I can do my own taxes. If I can do my own taxes, I can take home more money than you as a salaried employee. Because you being a salaried employee is a benefit to the company, not to you. On paper, like in the reality of it, and like when it comes down to taxes, if you're an employee to the business, you're a write-off. It helps them. You are benefiting them. If I'm a contractor, I can do my own taxes, I can business expense stuff, and I can take home more money as a contractor than if I was an employee. You know? Like if you make $100K a year working at Google, and I make $100K a year working for Google as a contractor, I take home more money than you. I make more money. I get to have more money to spend at the end of the year than you. But you guys would never know that. They don't teach you this in school. Do I need to open a separate bank account? No, you don't. But you should. You definitely should open a separate bank account for business expenses. Do I need to, what are things you can business expense in your Google contractor example? Okay, sure. Well, I'll tell you things that I can expense as a content creator instead. How about that? As a content creator, I can business expense a portion of my phone. I can business expense a portion of my internet. I can business expense a portion of my mortgage. This percentage of my house that I'm using, I can write off on my taxes. I can also business expense trips that I go on for business, right? If I want to go make videos in Hawaii, that's a business expense. You know? But the thing with that is that you still have to have the money to expense it, which is like, you still got to make the money so that you can expense it. You know, like especially being on YouTube, you can like you don't want to mess with the IRS, man. Okay, so like you don't want to start expensing things and then like get audited. You know, you want to do it the right way. You want to pay your taxes, expense what you can, you know, but you don't want to like overdo it, right? So if I try to go buy a Lambo, if I could, IRS is going to be like, why are you writing a Lambo off, Josh? And I'd be like, well, it's for a video. And they'd be like, well, you don't make videos on cars, Josh. See how that would go? But buying cars, business expensing cars gets weird anyways. There's all kinds of rules around that. So as a freelancer, you are incentivized to spend all of your money. As a small business owner, you are incentivized to spend all your money so you have no money to pay taxes on. That's what corporations do. That's why Amazon pays no taxes, you know, because they spend everything that they make. And they take all the tax credits and all that stuff. They pay some tax. They have to. But basically they just say, we didn't make any money this year because we spent all of it. And the IRS says, well, you don't have any money because you spent all of it, so you can't pay us tax. But, you know, you need a Lambo to make a video walking out your... Exactly, right? Like, don't do stupid stuff. What up, Ryan? How are you, man? Lambda School data science versus full stack. What is best? I think it's up to you. What do you want? Tech lead. Everyone is just tech lead mentioned this and that. Like, is taxation theft? No. It's not. I'll pay taxes so that I can have police and firefighters and teachers and schools, and I'm okay with that. I don't mind. There are certain things you can expense and certain things you can't expense. Don't force others. Taxes are your privilege to pay for living in a civilized society. That's how it goes. Does Lambda School help their students find jobs? Yes. What's some free resources? Free Code Camp, Daniel. That'll help you out. Where have you been? Dude. What up, Burger? You are sheep if you think that. Like, you can get all mad and stuff, man. Like, about taxes, but you gotta pay. Self-knowledge. Did you try it? Yeah, dude. Where's the black army jacket? In the living room. You have an accountant. For someone starting out, should they have an accountant? I have an S Corp, right? If you go to jail for not paying taxes, yeah, that's kind of a meme. I've seen that, right? Like, it's so if you don't pay your taxes, you go to jail for tax evasion, and then you live off of people's taxes in jail. It's just like, what? You need a pop filter? I'm thinking about getting a different mic anyways. Roads are pretty useful too. How do you deal with aging as a software engineer? What does that mean? Alright, look, if you guys would like to complain about taxes, please go to the IRS and tell them, hey, you're stealing my money. And I'll let you guys figure that one out. But I have other things to do. Have you made any videos with a focus on your knowledge of taxes? No. Nope. I don't want to get in trouble. Also, I think that's valuable information. I'd rather sell that information than just make a video on it, to be honest. It's taken me a long time to learn this stuff. Everyone's all triggered about tax. Look, man, me saying, hey, that's theft, isn't gonna be like, oh, well, let me just adjust that. And then everyone's gonna be like, well, let's start a riot and start a movement. Look, man, I gotta make money to pay my bills right now. You know, like, you guys go do it. I got other stuff to do. What's your scheduling split look like? Sneaky paradox. It's so bad, dude. We must fight a war to end taxes. Okay. Y'all take that somewhere else. Just put it in offshore bank accounts, right? You, tech lead. Yeah, corporate America is broken. I mean, for who? For the world. So this is the thing. I was thinking about this for the past week. America is a great place to own a business, but America is a terrible place to work for a business. You know? Because fire at will, you know, they can just, you're fired, bye, no warning necessary, get out of my company, right? If you invest all the profit, do you still have to pay taxes? That's not how it works. As soon as you move money from your LLC bank account, that's profit. And you can't write that off. You can't write off profit. That is inherently profit. Ever been fired? I don't know. Does the wording matter? Terminated? Let go? What's the wording you're looking for? I guess I could just say yes. Any ideas on fixing the system or replacing it? I don't think me spouting on a live stream on YouTube will matter. I think workers' co-ops are good. If you want to have a big business like that, workers co-ops. Yeah, but you can't, investing your money doesn't count as a business expense. The only way you can business expense a quote investment to generate cash flow is through other businesses. Real estate. That's it. There you go. That's what every entrepreneur guru is selling you right there. You're welcome. Otherwise, you got to pay tax. So, you know. Like, I had like an hour-long conversation with my accountant about what I should do with my money that I've made. She was like, you could put it in your 401k. And I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't plan on needing that money when I'm 65. Well, you could put it in your Roth IRA. And I'm like, well, you can either put so if you're self-employed, you can put 25% of your salary as into an IRA, right? Only 25%, a quarter of your salary. So for me to put the cap of $56,000 a year into my IRA, I'd have to pay myself like over $200K. Money market would also be a good. No, money market doesn't. It's not a write-off. It's not a write-off. You can't, like, municipal bonds are not a write-off. You cannot invest money from your business into a bond. That would be profit, and you got to pay taxes on that. You cannot invest money into a money market. You cannot invest money into ETFs. Those are not business expenses. They're not allowed to be write-offs. You have to pay taxes on those investments. As soon as you move the money and it's not into a 401k, a health account, or a Roth IRA, that's about it. Like, those are the only write-off investments you can do. So you have a couple options. You buy assets, or you spend it all. Can't buy property unless your business is 2 years old, because you need a loan. Can't buy Bitcoin. That's not a write-off. Incorporate in the Isle of Man. No. So if you're in the United States, and you have offshore bank accounts, you still have to pay taxes. You are required to report money. If you have money outside the United States, you have to pay taxes on that money. By the way, maybe you guys didn't know this, but if you're in the United States and you have bank accounts with money outside the United States, you got to pay taxes on that money. If you're a U.S. citizen working in Germany and you make over $98,000 a year, you got to pay taxes in that money. So, what recommended resources do you? No, there isn't one. I should write one and sell it. But there isn't one, Michael. I just talk to accountants, talk to people I know that have businesses. How would they know if you're working? Okay, so this is the thing, Tanya. If you, you can work in another country, and the IRS sends papers. So if you don't report the bank, right, the IRS isn't going to know, obviously. But if they ever find out, if someone says, hey, this guy was working in Germany, The IRS is going to be like, oh, by the way, we noticed you were working in another country. What did you do with that money and how much money did you get? And then, for not reporting that, have fun in jail. If you're a U.S. citizen working in another country, you pay taxes in the U.S. Yes. When I was in Finland, it doesn't work like that. Yes, it does. Yes, when I was living in Finland, I was going to get a job in Finland. You're paying tax on that money in that country. Yes. Yes. But if you make over $98,000 a year, you have to pay tax on whatever you get taxed twice. You have to pay taxes. So if I work in Finland and I make $100,000 a year, I have to pay all the Finnish taxes on that $100,000, and then anything over that $98,000, I have to pay to Finland and the U.S. Bet you didn't know that. That is how it works. I was freaking out about that. I was so mad. I was like, so I can't make six figures in this country before I get double taxed. Why didn't you stay in Finland? Go watch that video. Yeah. Oh, here's something, right? Here's something I'd like you to know. Not trying to make it a political video, but there's only two countries in the world. That does this. The United States taxes their citizens outside the United States, and North Korea. Those are the only two countries in the world that do this. But you can't even leave North Korea, so it don't matter. Just food for thought. But let's not make it political, okay? Just saying, these are some things about taxes that people don't know. However, you can still make a buttload of money in America. If you want to be an employee, go work in Europe. They'll take care of you. If you want to make a lot of money, America is the place to do it, without a doubt. Josh is smart not talking about politics. It's the same thing. You can't talk about politics, can't talk about religion, can't talk about divisive things, because then nobody wins, you know? Nobody wins. There's no point. Like, I'm just trying to make this an informative stream on taxes, you know? And money, and how to have a business, and how to live a good life without it being, 2 p.m. on Sunday, and you check your watch, and you're like, oh, gotta go back to work. Oh, gotta go back to work. Oh, I don't want to go back to... Like, that's my whole goal, you know? I just want people to be able to wake up and choose how they want to leave, or how they want to live their life, you know? That's all. If you want to wake up and go to the office, more power to you. But I think most people would rather do something else. Thought about moving to Thailand or the Philippines? You still got to pay taxes there, but you just have more profitable money, and you can get further with your money. So you guys go look at all these entrepreneurs online, right? Go look at all these entrepreneurs. Go look at how they showcase their Lambos, and how they showcase their huge houses in Thailand and stuff. So number one, like, you get a lot more for your money in those countries. So it's like, you are incentivized to spend your money as a business expense to look really rich but they have no savings. So most of these entrepreneurs spend all their money and have no money saved. They have no money at all. They just have lots of stuff that they wrote off. So they look super rich, but they actually have no money in their bank account. But you don't want that anyways, right? You don't want a big lump sum in your bank account. You don't want that. You just want cash flow. That's all you want. So if I have $1 million in my bank account, I don't care about that. All I want is like $10,000 a month every month, right? Because that's, you know, cash flow. Then you can invest that cash flow. Your channel is the most boring channel. I don't know. Do you have to pay taxes if you're unemployed? You have to pay taxes on any unemployment money that you get. I had to do that. But if you're not making money, you don't have any money to pay taxes on, right? Hopefully this has been a informative stream. I'm applying to jobs. Is it worth mentioning I'm a graduate? No, not really. You can if you want. It's just very interesting. That's like the whole reason that I went on this trip was because I had a very, very, very long conversation with my accountants about, like, so I've been saving all of my money, right? I've been saving all of my money that I've made so far. That's why I live very, I've been saving all my money. So I called my accountant. I was like, what do I do with this? And she's like, well, you have a few options. You can 401k, you can Roth IRA, So like, I was like, I don't want a 401k because I'm going to want the money before I'm 65. I know I have better uses for that money. And I don't care about having a lump sum, Most people, when they get old, this is their thought process. They want to have a big amount of money. They just like, well, I hope the money that I have in my bank account lasts longer than I do. Like, that's what most people think. They get to 65 and they hope that the money in their bank account it lasts longer than them. And that's terrible. And so if you take a 401k, this is what she said. She was like, well, 401k, you can match it. Your company can match your 401k up to 25%. And I was like, yeah, but it's my company, so I'm matching myself? What does that even mean? Like, and number two, I still have to make the money to pay myself to match. Like, why not the stock market with a brokerage company, mutual funds? Zach, because those are not tax write-offs. Those are not business expenses. You can't, like, if you put money into ETFs, mutual funds, bonds, stuff like that, like investments in a traditional way, that's not a tax write-off. It's free real estate. Just use property. You can buy property, yes. That is one thing that you can do as a business expense. However, you need to have a business for 2 years that is profitable. So you can't, you have to have a profitable business. So that means you can't have had a business for 2 years and spend everything that you make, which is what everyone does. You have to show that you've made profit, you've paid taxes on that profit before anyone will give you a loan to buy the real estate. Because if you're saying, well, I have a business, but I didn't make any money this year because I spent all my money, the bank's not going to give you any money because on paper you show no profit. So, So you're just trying to minimize your taxes to pay for the year. No. You're not trying. Well, everyone's trying to minimize their tax burden, right? Everyone's trying to think of the best way to invest their money, as everyone does. Do you plan to buy either silver or gold in case of inflation? No. I don't need to, because I have skills. I have skills I can sell. When you buy property, is it bought in your name or the name of the business? It's two different ways to do it. You can buy it with a business, or you can buy it with your name. But if you buy it with your name, they're going to look at your salary, right? So let's say that I pay myself a salary of like $30,000 a year. I make $100,000 a year as a business. So like no one's going to let me buy property if I'm personally making $30,000 a year, but my business is making $100,000. So I would obviously want to get the loan and buy property with my business, but then you're limited to what you can do with it. Also, buying real estate with an S corp is terrible, because then you can't gift it, and you can't take it out of the LLC, and it's like a big complicated mess. So it's very interesting. So you have a few options. Spend all of your money. Spend all of your money on things that are business expenses, and or buy another business, or buy property. But you can't buy property because my business isn't 2 years old, so I can't do that. Like, this is the shit that people are selling you. What I'm telling you right now is what people are charging you like $10,000 for, like for tickets on how to do this shit. I should sell this, but I will. Whatever. Does the IRS check if you store No, as soon as you move the money from your bank account, from your business bank account, that's profit. So ideally, you would take your money and buy real estate. You have to start thinking. You have to start thinking in terms of assets. So with real estate, it's still, you still need to manage it. You still need property management, right? You could have digital assets that generate money, like a SaaS, which is what people are leaning to these days. Then you just set up some automated flow to manage your online digital assets. And then, like, long-term goals for investment should be mutual funds with dividends and municipal bonds that pay out decent. But to get any money from those two investments, you need a bunch of money. You need like millions to be able to live off of those two things that are just money in your pocket without doing anything, right? Everything else takes, you got to ramp up. Invest in laundromats. I was actually thinking about that. If you buy things, no matter what they are, and sell them afterwards, you still have to pay tax. Yes. Yep. So if I have like $30,000 in my business bank, and I buy a $30,000 camera, I don't, like, boom, that money's gone. I never made that money technically, right? It's expensed it on equipment. But if I go back and sell that next year, now I gotta pay the taxes on it. Right, but start now and it'll compound annually and you'll be there by 35 or 40. I'm 30, dude. I'm not gonna be there by 40. I'm not 18. It's a really complicated subject that not a lot of people know about. And like, after talking to my accountants, realizing I basically had no options but to either one, put all my money in a 401k, put like, I don't know, like $2,000 into an IRA that's not going to do anything, or spend it. That is what I realized. Spend all my money or put it in a 401k. Like, So that's where you're at. So you try to buy things that generate money that you can business expense. The accountant was like, just go find someone that is like, go find a wealth management person. And I'm like, okay, if this person knows how to take my $100,000 and make it into millions, how come they're not a millionaire? How come they're still making $30K a year? You know, if they know all the secrets to wealth management, how come you're making $30K a year? And why am I giving you all of my money? And how much are you taking of my money for the opportunity for you to let me, you know, I'm supposed to be like paying you to invest my money and you make like no money. So how am I supposed to trust what you're doing? They don't want to dedicate their life to earning money. They just want to dedicate their life to making other people a bunch of money. Michael, I'm going to let you think about that. If there's no YouTube platform, where would you be? On another platform, probably. What were the last business assets you bought? So I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to really buy any business assets that matter, you know? I don't have enough money to buy real estate, and I don't have a business that's 2 years old, so I can't get a loan, and I can't buy another business because most businesses are around $100,000, you know? Sell this knowledge and make a course, I'll buy it. Yeah, I should. This is stuff that, like, this information is what people are selling you in all their courses and stuff. It's like, why? You know, because no one knows about this. Keep it in the business bank account for now. You can't. Rocco, you can't. If I have an LLC, S Corp, taxed as an S Corp, and you can't just leave it in an account. Buy equity in small businesses. No. That doesn't generate you money. Equity doesn't pay dividends. Can you buy a crap business that's 2 years old and pivot it? Of course, that's what a lot of people do, but you still have to buy a crap business, and you have to find a crap business that you think that you can turn around, and is it worth your time and money to buy this business and stop what you're doing already that's generating you money to go ahead and revamp this business, you know? Like all these people that are like have a net worth of, you know, $1 million or $20 million, they don't have that money in their bank account. They don't have that money at all. They don't have a big bank account where they just swipe their card. Personal bank account. They have a big old business bank account and a whole bunch of assets worth 20 million. And so when they buy these big $1 million houses, they sell off an asset, they take the hit, they pay the taxes, and so like they sell off a building worth $10 million. They take the hit. They make $7 million. They pay their $3 million in tax, $4 million in tax. They take their $6-7 million and they buy their house, right? That's how they, you know, that's how they do things. But other than that, they just keep spending all their money. That's why the rich people don't pay taxes, because they just keep spending it, so they don't have money to pay taxes. I mean, they do have to pay personal tax, but it just gets really. It's weird, you know? Just invest in stocks that have high dividends and reinvest. So you have to, like, you can't as a business expense. You have to pay, you'd have to pay yourself. And then you invest it in that. So you have, no point. You are cornered, but stay positive. You have nice problems. Of course, it's an interesting position that no one ever prepares you for, and everyone is willing to sell you the information on how and what to do. And I hate that. I hate that stuff, but it makes sense. What service are you using for music? It's Epidemic Sound. As an individual, is it worth investing in dividend stocks? You need a bunch of money for it to matter. You want to buy a bunch of dividend stocks, you need like 400,000 or 500,000 for those dividends to matter, to be livable. So then to pay yourself 400 or 500,000 in profit, you got to make like 2 million or $1 million, you know? I don't know. It's just, oof. You can do so much with a piece of land, but you have to have the money to buy the land. And if you can't afford the land, you have to get a loan. But you can't get a loan. Take the hit for the taxes and the return will be greater in the long term. I'm not looking to do long term. That's not my goal. I want to be retired at like 35. Long term is whatever. No. I don't care about that. I'm not thinking long term. I'm thinking short term. I don't want to just have all my money when I'm 65 and not be able to do anything. That's such boomer thinking, Zach. I don't want to be rich when I'm old, dude. I want to be rich now. This is what people don't tell you. I don't want to have $600,000 in a bank account when I'm 60. I want to make a bunch of money now and live nice now and still have money in the savings. Land isn't too much. 5K an acre. Yeah, it's a lot more expensive. You can find good land in good areas. That doesn't help me at all, JC. Good land in good... What areas? What areas, and what am I going to do with that land to make money with that land? What's your advice for someone in IT support trying to transition or learn programming? A free code camp, and ask if you can help the developers out. That's what I would do. If I wanted to be a dev and I was like in tech support, I would message the devs and be like, hey, any front end tickets I can take off your hands or something? I'm learning on my own. Let me see if I can do something for you. That's what I would do. Probably. Would you have studied CS? No. Did you get your logo trademarked? No. You can buy land around 600 per acre if you know where to look. That doesn't help me. Where am I supposed to look, and how do I figure out how to know where to look? Where's that information? You can pay off a large chunk of it by selling the timber. Okay, so how do I get the knowledge to decide if this is a good piece of land, and where do I look? And how do I get the knowledge on where to look? So that this doesn't help, Jonathan. Logo is mine now. That's cool. I could always use a revamp. Make a paramotor business. No one's gonna do it. That's such a niche. You can try a chicken farm, build your small house, write it off as a business expense. Nope, you can't write off your house as a business expense. You can't write off where you live as a business expense. You can only write off a portion of it as your office. If you live there and sleep there and eat there and wash there, you cannot write it off as a business. So that doesn't work. Lehigh, Bluffdale, Eagle Mountain. Eagle Mountain maybe, but you got like... Utah's overdue for a big old earthquake now, so like all those houses that are on those mountains are about to be like, bye. Do something in tech and build a tech asset. Yeah, that's more like it. Why don't you just invent a decent app and sell it for $3 million? Yeah, of course, right? Why don't we all just invent an app and just sell it to Google? Of course. That's the easy solution. Why don't you just invent something, Josh? That's helpful. Maybe find out info whether other investors want to buy land in the same area. How would you find that out? And how would you meet those people? And where would you search to meet those people? Like, I have the same thoughts, right? But you find out info whether other investors want to buy it. Where do you even start? Well, you just start calling investors. Hi, are you an investor and are you looking to buy land in Utah? Like, how does that work? Where do you go with that? You just look on LinkedIn for land investors and you call them up. Hey, are you looking at buying this piece of land I'm buying? Any cool vids? GitHub for beginners. I have a. You could go to grindreel.academy. There's a free course there. People say don't consume, yet they themselves are making tons of content. Yeah, I would say be a creator, not a consumer, if you can. Being able to create is a blessing, dude. Being able to create is what allows people to be financially free. If you know how to make something and sell it, you're good, man. No one can take that from you. If you only know how to make something or get told what to do for a paycheck, you'll never be financially free until, well, at least maybe until you're 65. Think outside. Many states. Buy in another state. Yeah, of course I could buy in another state, but still you have to generate money.
Auto shutdown initiated.
How are you going? See, these are the conversations that I have in my head all the time.
Auto shutdown
Like, I could buy land. Yeah, sure. Great. Go buy some acres. Sounds good. But then, how much time is that going to take to manage that land if I buy it? Is that going to take a lot of time away from me being able to do what currently makes me money so I can keep buying more land? Or is it going to take up all of my time and I have to stop making money on what I'm doing that's currently paying my bills? Because this land is not going to pay my bills by itself. I'm going to have to work on it. How much time is that going to take? I don't know. These are the things that you have to juggle. Invest in something that's automated. If only it was that easy. Being 65 doesn't mean you have a pension. Exactly. Being 65 doesn't mean anything. My dad is 56, has no retirement, no 401k, nothing. No, he's got nothing. Build a tiny house. That doesn't make money. That's more money, and you can't expense that. What do you think percentage of income one should... I mean, I don't know. Buy local, then experiment to see how difficult it is to manage one piece of land. What does that mean? Clarify what that means. Stop being so vague. Hire a digital assistant to do some of the legwork. What are they going to be doing? Because what am I going to be doing to get that money to make land? Tax lien and tax deeds. You can do that. You can do that. I've heard that in Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's a good idea. However, that's a long-term play that may or may not pay off, and you can't expense that either. So you can't expense that stuff. It's not business expenses. Maybe if you have like an LLC that's registered as a real estate LLC, maybe, I don't know. My mom's 55, doesn't have retirement. She's a hairdresser. Yep. I want to make more money to take care of her down the road. Any tips? That's my mom too, dude. Shelby, dude. She's a hairdresser too. Also 55. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be rough. Just no real easy option. Take a cut from the timber, agricultural returns to pay the land manager who handles the land itself and send you the reports. Typically handle around 20k acres per landowner. That sounds good. But where do you hire a land manager, and how do you pay for cutting down all that timber? And what if your land doesn't have any timber? And then what do you do with the land after you cut the timber and sell it? Dude, I'm gonna ask questions, okay? That's what I do. I ask tons of questions because I don't like these vague answers that people say. That's why I never bought any of those, courses. Like, well, I did. I got scammed. I bought all those, like, here's how to make money with this, and here's how to make money with that. And they don't answer anything. They're like, just believe in yourself, and you too can be rich. You're back from where? I know, right? Who is even this guy on the stream? Who is this Josh guy? You have an audience to hire people? No. The law of attraction and stuff. Oh, just say thank you to the universe and get on that vibration level, I don't know. No one ever talks about this stuff. That's why, like, I don't know. I think people are just scared, maybe. I'm not sure. I thought about doing, just build a business, bro. I have a business, bro. Ever thought about breaking into the business of being a dealer? Shofang. Yeah, that sounds pretty dope, right? Then it'd be like War Dogs. I've considered buying property in South Europe. You can't. As an American, I can't. I need more money to be able to get qualified to make that sort of legal investment. However, if I do have $200,000, I can become a Greek citizen and then become an EU citizen through extension and travel anywhere for free. That's what I would do. I would just buy some land in Greek, get my Greek citizenship after like 5 years of just AFK, and then travel Europe. No visa required. Why Greece? Because it's cheap. You can just, it's cheap. There's like I've looked up ways. Marry a European? Yeah, hard pass on that, bro. I already did that. Lesson learned. Are you actually gonna do it? Visa costs less than 200K. Visa is free if you're in the US. You don't need a visa to go to Europe. You just show up and you have 90 days to be there. What up, Sebastian? Can't you already travel around Europe as a US for 90 days? Then you have to leave. What's up with the music? Low budget indie game? I appreciate that. Any tips on managing your finance? What up, Jim? Why not grow a beard if you want to look older? I don't want to look. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to look older. I'm good where I'm at. Why don't you just sell your bathwater? See, these are big brain questions. This is 4D chess. These are the questions we need to ask ourselves. Why don't I just sell my bathwater? Guys, I'm gonna go scoop some bathwater with this. Okay? How much you guys want to pay? 300 per shaker. I'll even spit in it for you. Just for you. All right, guys. I'm buying right now. Easiest add to cart of your life. Next day shipping. You're welcome. Got Joshua mad? Nah, man, I'm not mad. Before or after you take a bath? Nah, dude, I'm about to go work out for 3 hours, take a bath, scoop this. I'm gonna lay in the bath for like 3 hours. Don't worry about it too much. Okay, just don't think about it too much. I'm gonna scoop it. Used mouthwash if you want. I don't know. These are big brain plays. Tax write-off right there. Right off my water bill. Business purposes. All right, I'm gonna go work out for real. So, Y'all have a good one. Thanks for being here. Thanks for remembering I'm around. I appreciate you guys. Galaxy Brain Plays. All right. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you later in the video. It's been fun being back. Thanks for all the trolls. Thanks for all the actual questions. Thank you, friends. I had some fun today. Hope you guys had some fun. I'll be back.